Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well and welcome on in to the Enchanted Hollow Event in Pokemon GO. We've got a brand new Pokemon right here, which is going to be Tarountula and its evolution Spidops. Brand new Generation 9 Pokemon, I keep forgetting which is Gen 8 and which is Gen 9 at this point because we're just getting, some Gen 8 ones out and then some Gen 9 ones out and it's just, it's a whole mess. But it's a brand new Gen 9 Pokemon, which is very fun to see. Honestly, it took a little while for this one to get released. I would have thought it would be a lot earlier considering the fact it's one of the earlier bug types, but it's here in the game now. We're going to go ahead and catch it right here, register it to the Pokedex, there we go, and then we're going to go ahead and try and find, I believe it's a 50 candy evolution if I'm not mistaken. No, it's 25. Okay, well I guess that's to be expected considering the fact that, again, it's an early bug type for the Paldea region, and so, yeah, only need 25 candy. We're going to go ahead and go get that, and then we'll evolve it up into Spidops. We're also going to go ahead and hunt some of the wild spawns for this event. We've got two shiny boosted Pokemon being Stantler and Paris. I don't particularly need the shinies, but I rarely ever see shiny Stantler, so we'll go see if we can get one of those. I believe we have Morlul in here as a wild spawn, which is very good for the Stardust grind, so we'll go get that. We'll take a look at the field research, take a look at the mossy lure spawns, because I will say Tarountula is a bit of a rare spawn when it comes to the wild. However, if you wanted to, they have made it a mossy lure Pokemon, and I believe it's a pretty common spawn off of them. I believe they said it's a lot more common than it is in the wild, and so if you want to chase it through the mossy lures, you can do. I will say I'm very much glad they didn't make it like Applin was initially when they make it exclusively mossy lures and then add it to the wild later on. I'm glad they went ahead and just did both and just made the wild spawns, a bit rarer. I think that's the way better way to go about it than rather just locking it behind a paywall behind lures. So personally, we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that and go hunt it specifically in the wild, and then we'll cover the lure spawns as well. We'll see if we can find any shinies today. I would like to try and find a shiny Stantler, as I said, because I don't really see it that often. So let's go see if we can find shiny Stantler. We'll run the daily instance, see if we can get a Galarian bird potentially. Let's go take a look at this event. It's coming off the Halloween event, and so it's got a lot to live up to. I don't think it will, but hopefully it still turns out to be a pretty fun event nonetheless. We'll have to see. And that's going to be the daily instance done. 14 Pokemon call only. They're back down to 15 minutes now, which, well, yes, it does kind of hinder the Galarian bird hunt, because, half an hour obviously works better for that. I will say, I prefer the 15 minutes. It's just more chill, And it's also the fact that I prefer the challenge and the grind for it, and I feel like 15 minutes a day I just prefer it, but, it is what it is. 14 Pokemon call. Got a decent look at some of the wild spawns for the event. No Tarountulas or anything off the daily, but had a Paris, and I have seen a couple Stantlers around in the wild, which is nice to see. Initially when I got down to the track, I only saw that Stantler raid, and I was like, oh, please don't tell me they put Stantler, just behind raids. But I think they just put both of them in raids, and then Paris is obviously a pretty common wild, so I've seen a good chunk of them around. But Stantler I've only seen like 2, in about the 45 minutes I've been out, and so I'm hoping it's not that rare of a spawn, but it might be. But anyways, while we're here, I want to go ahead and quickly cover this. Dynamax Inkay made its Dynamax debut yesterday. I would have filmed a, segment for this video during the Max Monday, because I did go out and, hunt it for a good chunk of time. But I will be completely honest with you, I was rather ill last night. My back was aching, so I just went around by car. Wasn't really in too much of a mood to go ahead and film stuff like this, and so I figured, we'll just carry it over to the next day. Didn't get any shinies or a Honda or anything, but it is what it is. Maybe we'll have some better luck here. I will say, I ran the daily instance yesterday, just after Max Monday. I did manage to pick up a shiny Wooloo from it, which is kind of fun, so, seeing as how we haven't found a shiny just yet in this video, might as well go ahead and mention. Now, I just quickly want to go ahead and say about Dynamax Inkay as well. You can actually do it without Dynamaxing just by using Zacian with Play Rough. Now, granted, this one's a 98 at level 50, but to be honest, it doesn't, that doesn't change how quickly Play Rough charges up. And so if you have Metal Claw and Play Rough on your Zacian, I'm guessing from level 40, and higher, you can one-shot it without Dynamaxing with Play Rough and just get it done. And so, yeah, if you want to speed up the process, you can use Zacian. Is this one going to be a golden squid? No, it isn't. And 520. That is actually the best one I've seen so far. I believe 529 is the max battle hundo. There we go. Down it goes. Right, let's go and check the AVs of it. It is a 96%, 13, 15, 15. It's not the best, granted. To be honest, it's not that useful either. There's better psychic and, dark types. It's not that great in the meta, but, still, it's a fun new Dynamax Pokemon. Go ahead and take it. Might do the evolution later on as well. Ooh, Paris. Creepy red. I want to try and find at least one for the video today, but we'll see what happens. Maybe the quests will give it to us. We'll have to see. For field research, you've got catch 10 Pokemon for Cottony, Petalil, or Carablast. The Hundo CPs are going to be 300 for Cottony, 441 for Petalil, 506 for Carablast, and 357 for Shelmet. Catch 15 Pokemon is going to be your boosted shiny task for this event. You've got Paris and Stantler, 436 for the Hundo for Paris, and 927 for the Hundo for Stantler. And win 2 raids for Drampa. 1249 is going to be the Hundo for it. It should be a 1 in 64 shiny, I believe. I'm definitely going to be chasing it during this event because I really need that shiny still, and so yeah, but do bear in mind, of course, it has got a Legends ZA Mega, and so when that inevitably comes around, it could be a raid day, and the odds might be one. Well, the odds should be 1 in 10 if that were to happen, and so you can pick it up then if you don't want to grind for it here. But yeah, collection challenges. We've got the Fantastical Forest collection challenge. You need to catch a Petilil, a Shelmet, Paris, and Squirtle. You get some XP and a Tarountula. And the Whimsical Woods collection challenge. You got Cottony, Carablast, Morlo, and Stantler, and then 3,000 XP and another Tarountula encounter. You've also got a premium timed research for $2 or pounds, whatever that equates to in your respective currency. You can get yourself a paid timed research. I haven't actually been able to purchase this one yet. I'm not gonna be able to probably until like Friday, and so while we're not covering it, we'll show what you have to do. You have to catch 5 Pokemon, make 5 Purple throws, which honestly isn't that difficult if you're already catching 5 Pokemon. Catch 10, make 10 Purple throws, catch 15, catch 20, and use an instance. You get a Dramper encounter, which is fun. You get some instances, a encounter with Stantler and Paris, some Pokeballs, 3 Lucky Eggs, that's pretty decent, Mossy Lure, and a Tarountula encounter. And so yeah, if you want to go ahead and pay for that, you can do. It's there if you want it, although you're not really getting too much crazy stuff for it if you choose not to. So you're not missing out on much if you decide not to, but yeah. Anyway, so now we can actually get to the research grind. I've still got 2 leftover Noibat and Teddy Ursa tasks from the Halloween event, so let's go ahead and see if they happen to be shiny. The tasks gave me no shiny ones during the course of part 2, and so it'd be nice if we get one here, but if we don't, it's not the end of the world. Non-shiny Teddy Ursa on that one. I need to claim my research breakthrough first, which isn't great. So Stardust, Pokeballs, XP, yada yada. Do you get anything good from this? We get an Aggron, that's pretty cool, 1243. No idea if that's good. If it's the Honda, I'll let you know, but yeah, the final task here, it's gonna be a costume Noibat, 274. It's not gonna be shiny, unfortunately. It is what it is. We got a good chunk of them during that event anyway. Of course, we got several during the 24-hour challenge, which by the way, went up yesterday. So thank you all so much for the support on that video. It's probably not my biggest work. Like, I think that goes to Go First 2024, because that was a very long video, but it's definitely my most proudest. And so yeah, thank you all so much for the support, and if you want to go show support, definitely go check that one out once you're done with this one. And we've actually got a Noibat right here. It always feels so weird when we go from an event that's like a week long with costume mons, and then we see those mons without the costume in the wild in the next event. It just feels so weird, but yeah. Anyways, let's go grind the research, see if we can find a shiny Paris or Stantler. That would be nice. And I'd like to go try and find another, like a better Tarountula to do the evolution. Of course, it's not meta relevant or anything, but still, if we're gonna do the evolution, might as well go do a decent one. So let's go see if we can find a better one than the freestyle we got before. This isn't even part of the event. Shiny Electric, that's a fun one. Freaking love this shiny, dude. Manectric's one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 3, and I remember trying to get this shiny. It's an absolute nightmare. I had to, like, I think I went like a good 4 or 5 years without getting it. I had to get it from Go Wild area last year, and so yeah, I believe this is the first one I've seen since, which is kind of crazy. 11, 13, 6, it's not the best, but hey, again, it's one of my favorite Gen 3 Pokemon. I love it shiny, so I'm happy to go and see it. Got one more Dynamax NK for the day. I think we just go ahead and do it, seeing how it is to do Dynamax. Those of us that want to see if we can pick up the shiny, it's a 1 in 64 shiny rate, and so if you want to go ahead and chase for it, you have a decent chance at it. This one gonna be gold? Potentially? Nope. And 491. It's garbage, alright then. I have, however, got 2 catch 15 Pokemon tasks, and so we could get a shiny Paris or Stantler here. It's gonna be a Stantler on the first one, 905. I forget what the hundo is for Stantler from research, which is weird, because we literally just covered it, and so I think this is a good one. I think it's 907. Checking the IVs. Oh no, never mind, it must be 930s or something, and then, well, something like that, then I can't remember at this point. It's a very mishmash selection of spawns for this event, I find. Like, you know, there's a lot of Pokemon that we don't typically see in events. Yeah, it's a very all over the place event when it comes to spawns and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, having stuff like Paris and Morlo in the wild is always fun. They're Stardust boosted Pokemon, and I mean, you know, even though Morlo has got a Spotlight Hour next week, it unfortunately does overlap with Tapu Koko and Tapu Lele Raid Hour, and so for those of us who want to raid those, still looking for at least one of the shinies, like me, and I still don't have Tapu Lele shiny after about 60 something raids. It's ridiculous. But I mean, for those of us who want to grind Stardust still and can't do that Spotlight Hour, it's a good opportunity to go ahead and pick it up while it's in the wild, so can't complain with that. But the rest of the spawns are just really, like, all over the place. You know, it's a bit of a strange event. But yeah, anyways, seeing as how it is, well, you can't really tell, but it's sort of like, you know, on and off rain. Let's go and pop some Mossy Lures down. We'll sit here for at least half an hour, just see if we can pick up potentially a good IV Tarountula, or hopefully a shiny Paris or Stantler. That would be nice. We'll have to see though. Right, unfortunately, nothing from those lures right there, but hey, it is what it is. We'll go ahead and wrap up this session here, just because, you know, I need to get home and edit this video for you guys for today. However, I will be back out later on because we got Weedle Spotlight Hour, and so the video's not done just yet because, I mean, you never know, we might get a shiny Weedle during that Spotlight Hour, which case we'll include it in this one. But before we go and wrap up the session down here, we have got the November Go Pass to go ahead and start working through. We've got a Dynamax Whalmer here. I figure we just check, like, you know, the Pokemon encounters just to see if we can get a shiny. The Whalmer's unfortunately not going to be shiny. We'll see how good it is. There we go. How good is it? 11, 11, 14. Garbage. Alright then. What about this Mudkip encounter right here? It's full odds. It's not gonna be shiny, unfortunately. 4, 5, 6. 10, 11, 14. It's not great, but hey, it is what it is. I will say for the October Go Pass, you have until tomorrow at 8 p.m. local time to go ahead and claim your rewards from it. And so if you still haven't claimed your rewards from that yet, just letting you know, you do still have time. You don't have like that much time left. And so yeah, if you haven't claimed anything, definitely suggest claiming that now. Before we go ahead and evolve Tarountula up into Spidolls, I figured we go ahead and claim the collection challenges just to see if we can get a good research one. I don't know what the research hundo is. I don't think it stated it on LeakDoc, but yeah, we got a 230 right there. I'll go ahead and see how good that one is a 12, 13, 11, and so hopefully this next one's better. We get some more XP and 227. Okay, well, definitely not going to be getting any good contenders for the evolution there, and so we'll just evolve this freestyle one we got earlier. So 14, 9, 15, it's decent. Again, it's not useful for anything. It's an early bug type Pokemon, and I mean, to be honest, bug isn't that useful of a type. It's really only good against Pokemon that are 4 times weak to it, and even then there's just counters with just better stats that outclass every bug type. But you know, still, it's fun to go ahead and pick up. It's a cool design. There we go, there is Spidops registered to the Pokedex. Figure we go ahead and do a decent one for the Pokedex evolution, and so there we go, there's a brand new Pokemon that's Spidops for the game. It has a very nice shiny. Tarountula is a lot better of a shiny, but Spidops is still pretty cool. I'm guessing they'll be released for the bug out event next year. I mean, there could be a community day. You never really know with Pokemon these days. We all thought Swaddle would be a bug out event, really shiny, but found out to get a community day, and so yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm hoping it's the bug out event next year, because again, it's such a nice shiny. I really want to try and see it in the game, you know, as soon as possible, but yeah, we'll see what happens. With that done out of the way, we'll go ahead and send this up into Malamar, and I'll go ahead and say I will see you guys back for Weedle Spotlight Hour later on, which is a pretty underwhelming Spotlight Hour, but you know, it's there. See if we can get another shiny to go alongside our Electrike, and I did see this going into evolving this evolution. For some reason, when you Dynamax Malamar, the whole texture on its body, it just completely disappears. It's really funny, to be honest. I hope they need to fix it somewhat soon, but while it's here, it is quite funny. Yeah, with that done out of the way, if we get anything cool from the Spotlight Hour, we'll insert that here. Well, it isn't Spotlight Hour yet. I'm very just on the bus to go restock a Pokeballs in preparation, and Shiny Paris. Cool, we managed to find one of the boosted shinies for the day, I guess. Of course, it is the most common one out of the two. Stoutler is definitely the rarest form, but you know, still, it's fun to go ahead and at least see one, and then checking the IVs, it is a 1-7-14. It ain't the best, but still, it's one of the boosted shinies, so I'll happily take it. And now with Weedle Spotlight Hour, it's actually nearing the end, but yeah, we have got something pretty cool. But first off, just to go ahead and mention it, I managed to pick up a shiny Cyndaquil on the bus back, which is kind of fun. It's another shiny for the day, so can't complain with that. I wasn't able to record a proper clip for it just because it was a very busy bus, but you know, still, it's there. I screen recorded it, there it is. And now we got ourselves a shiny Weedle, which is kind of fun with 3 minutes left on the clock. I really didn't think we were going to pick this up tonight. Don't get me wrong, I don't need it. I played the original community day for the whole 6 hours, and so it's not like I needed this shiny, but still, I wanted to go ahead and find it just for the fun of it. 9, 13, 5. It's not going to be the best, but hey, it is what it is. I'll happily take. Let's go and see if we can go back to back. No, I'm alright then. Before that's done, we're going to go ahead and round things out there for day 1 of the Enchanted Hollow Event. Now, let me know in the comments down below what you think of this event. Of course, as I said earlier, it's coming right off the back of the Halloween event, which is always a staple event of the year, and so it's definitely not going to live up to that. To be completely honest, it's more so just like I take it more as a good chance to just sit back and relax. We've had 2 weeks of one of the best events of the year, a bunch of costumes, an insane grind, and I feel like this is just a good chance to just go ahead and say, gotta take a break before we jump into the Into the Wild event starting on, I believe, Monday. And for anyone going to Japan for the Nagasaki Wild Area person event this weekend, gives a good chance to rest up in preparation for that. And so, yeah, to me, it's a very skippable event. I'm probably not going to be grinding it too much, just because, you know, I already have most of the shinies from this event. I'm really just be grinding the Stardust. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of the event yourselves. Are you going to be playing this event a bunch? If you've already played it, have you caught Tarountula evolved up into Spidolls? Have you caught a shiny Paris or Stoutler? Have you had any luck? Let me know what you think of this event in the comments down below. I'll happily give a comment to see you guys did. Of course, right down there, make sure to do all the usual YouTube things. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you're notified as to when the next video comes out. And with all that's said and done, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Check out all the videos up on screen right now. I'm sure you'll enjoy them, especially this one right here. It is the 24-hour challenge we did for part 2 of the Halloween event. Definitely make sure to go check that one out. It shows your support greatly. It took a long amount of time to get that video together over the course of the past week, and I'd really appreciate it if you went and checked it out. With all out of the way, I'll see you guys in the next video. Well, it might be a bit of a quest grind to try and work our way to level 74 during this event, because they're very easy quests, so there's that on the upside for the event. But yeah, with that said, I'll see you guys later.